All right, so for the first four, what we're doing is we're saying what values cannot be in this equation. So all of that comes down to the fact that your denominator cannot be a zero. Okay, because when you divide by, you just can't divide by zero. So that's what they're talking about. So for number one, when would the denominator be zero? Only when x is equal to zero. Because look, we'd have 4 over 0 equals 5. Think about it. If I have 4 or something, I can't break it into 0 groups. It doesn't make any sense. So here, x cannot equal 0 for this one. For number 2, our focus is on this denominator because this can't equal 0. So when would x minus 8 equal 0? That would be when x is equal to 8. So the excluded value would be x cannot be 8. For number 3, we have 3 situations where we could get a 0. We want to know, when does 3x plus 2 equal 0? When does x minus 2 equal 0? And then the last one is just x cannot equal 0. And that's talking about this one right here. So 3x plus 2 equals 0. We subtract 2 on both sides. We get 3x equals negative 2, which means for this one that x cannot equal negative 2/3. And then for the next one here, you'd add 2 to both sides, and we'd say x is not equal to 2. In the last one, we want to know when 2x minus 7 is not equal to 0. So we'd add 7 to say 2x equal or is not equal to 7, which means x cannot be equal to 7/2. Okay, so this is definitely a confusing one. But it's all about the concept that your denominator cannot be 0. All right, on numbers 5 through 7, we have to solve the equation and state any excluded values. So for number 5, excluded values would be b cannot equal 5. Number 6, b cannot equal 1 because of this part right here. And then for 7, h cannot equal 10 and h cannot equal 7. But now to solve them, which is kind of like a different concept to look at, this is where we're going to start doing cross multiplication. So solving rational equations, which is a fancy way of saying solving fractions, is cross multiplication. So you're going to multiply 8 by b to get 8b. You're going to multiply 4 by 4 to get 16. And then you solve. Divide by 8, and we'd say b is equal to 4. For number 6, we cross multiply to get 3b equals 7 times b take away 1. We then distribute the 7 to get 3b is equal to 7b take away 7. Subtract 7b to get negative 4b equals negative 7. So b is equal to 7/4. And then the last one, we cross multiply to get 4 times h minus 7. Let me rewrite that so I have a little more room. 4 times h minus 7 equals 8 times h minus 10. We distribute to get 4h take away 28 equals 8h take away 80. Okay, subtract 4, and then from there we would solve. I'm only saying from there we'd solve because I'm running out of room. And plus, if you have any questions, you can ask me after this.